If you are watching this right now and you can still take a deep breath without feeling any pain, if you can still walk to your window and see the sun, and if your phone hasn't rung today with a doctor's call that changes everything, then you are richer than you can imagine. You are standing on a gold mine, but you are treating it like common dirt. I know it sounds a bit dramatic, but it's the truth. We all live our lives like we have an endless supply of tomorrows. We keep waiting for a future that might never actually happen. My name is Margaret. I am 88 years old today. For 35 years, I worked as a nurse for people who were in their final days. I have sat by the beds of over 2,000 people as they took their very last breath. I have held cold hands, listened to hearts slowing down, and heard the final whispers of people who had no more time to lie to themselves. When you are just minutes away from the end, you stop caring about your bank account or your job title. All that disappears. What's left is a very clear and sometimes painful truth. I'm making this video because I realized something scary. Even though I watched all those people regret their lives, I still made the same mistakes. I waited too long to follow the advice I heard every day. So today, I'm sharing 5 truths with you. I'm giving them to you now, while you still can do something about them. The first truth is about the ghost of other people's opinions. Most of the people I cared for didn't wish they had more money. They wished they had the courage to just be themselves. I remember a woman named Clara. She was 80 years old with beautiful silver hair. She told me, "Margaret, I spent 60 years dressing up for a party I didn't even want to go to, just so the neighbors wouldn't talk behind my back." Clara was a great painter when she was young, but her parents told her art was just a hobby, not a real job. So she became an accountant. She married a man she didn't love because he was a safe choice. She lived a quiet, respectable, but very unhappy life. We spend our best years trying to make everyone else happy. We pick jobs to make our parents proud. We buy fancy cars so strangers will be jealous. We stay in bad relationships because we're afraid of what people will say if we leave. But here is the secret the dying taught me. Those other people you are trying to impress, they aren't actually thinking about you. They are too busy worrying about what you think of them. Stop living in a cage made of other people's whispers. It's your life, not theirs. On your last day, the neighbors won't be there. It will just be you and your memories. The second truth is the lie of someday. We all say it. Someday I'll travel. Someday I'll start that business. Someday I'll forgive that person. In the hospital, I learned that someday is the most dangerous word in the world. It's where dreams go to die. I saw men in their 50s who were very rich and successful. They had worked 80 hours a week for 40 years so they could finally live when they turned 65. But when they got there, their bodies were broken. I remember a man named Arthur. He had millions of dollars. He planned to travel the world after he retired. But 2 weeks after his retirement party, he found out he had terminal cancer. He sat in his hospital bed, looking at travel pictures, and he cried. Not because he was dying, but because he had traded his health for money he could never spend. Time isn't something you can save in a bank and use later. It's like a candle that's already burning. Every second it gets a little shorter. If there is something you really want to do it now while you still have the energy. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time doesn't exist. The third truth is the work trap. This is for everyone who thinks their job is the most important thing in the world. Almost every man I cared for said the same thing. I wish I hadn't worked so hard. They didn't miss their office or their meetings. They missed seeing their kids grow up. They missed spending time with their wives. They traded the most important moments of their lives for a paycheck that was spent a long time ago. I did this too. I thought being a hero nurse was more important than being a mom who was actually home. I missed my daughter's piano concerts to work extra hours. I told myself I was doing it for her, to buy her things, but now that I'm 88, I know she didn't want more toys. She just wanted me. She wanted me to be there, watching her, not looking at a patient's chart. We trade our time for money only to realize that our time was the only thing that actually mattered to the people we love. Here is the twist that most people miss. You might think this video is about dying. It's not. It's about the fact that most people are already dead while they are still walking around. I have seen 25-year-olds who have no energy, no dreams, and no courage. They are just waiting for life to be over. There is a deep pain in the eyes of people who realize they played it too safe their whole lives. Safety is a lie. You think by not taking risks, you are protecting yourself. But all you are doing is making your life small and boring. The things you are scared of, like failing, being rejected, or losing money, can't really hurt you. They are just shadows. The only thing that can truly hurt you is letting time pass without doing anything. I watched a man named Robert die at 94. He had no money. He had failed at 3 businesses. He had been divorced twice. But his eyes were full of life. He told me, "Margaret, I'm tired because I used every bit of life I was given." Robert didn't have a perfect life, but he had a real one. Which one are you? Are you trying to keep your life neat and clean for your funeral? Or are you willing to get a few scratches so you can actually feel alive? The fourth truth is the power of unspoken words. So many people carry heavy secrets to their grave, not because of what they did, but because of what they didn't say. They didn't say, "I love you," enough. They didn't say, "I forgive you." They didn't say, "I'm sorry." I have seen family members arrive at the hospital just 5 minutes too late to say goodbye. That silence lasts forever. We hold on to anger as if we have all the time in the world to fix it. We let our pride get in the way of our family and friends. If you need to call someone, call them today. If you need to apologize, do it now. Don't assume people know how you feel, and don't assume they will be here tomorrow. The saddest thing in the world is a word you kept inside until the person it was for could no longer hear you. The fifth and final truth is that happiness is a choice, not a result. This was the hardest one for me to learn. We think we will be happy when we get the job, when we buy the house, or when we find the right partner. But that's not how it works. Happiness is something you practice. I saw patients in a lot of pain who could still find joy in a sunset or a funny story. And I saw rich people who had everything but were miserable. They were waiting to get healthy before they allowed themselves to be happy. But they never got healthy and they died without ever smiling. If you aren't happy with what you have right now, you won't be happy with more. Happiness is in the now, or it's nowhere at all. It's a choice you make every morning. At 88, sitting in this quiet house, I finally found the secret. The point of life isn't to be successful, it's to be present. Life isn't a movie you watch, it's a dance you're supposed to join. I'm running out of time. My breath is getting shorter and my days are mostly just memories. But you have the one thing I would give everything for. You have today. You have the power to change your story. You can walk away from things that make you sad and move toward things that make you feel alive. Before I go, I want to ask you something. I don't care about likes as much as I care about your heart. Close your eyes for a second. Look at your life. What is the one thing you are waiting to do? What is the someday that is stopping you from living right now? Please talk to me in the comments. Tell me, how is your heart today? What is one small change you are going to make after watching this? I read your stories, and it makes me feel like my 35 years of being a nurse still matters. It makes me feel like I'm still helping you heal before it's too late. Don't wait until you're sitting where I am. Don't wait until everything is quiet. Live, love, forgive while you still can, because the only thing worse than dying is realizing you never truly lived.